Finally today, part 2 of our interview at the recent Wheat Field Day at Lahoma with Dr. Brett Carver, telling us about the new varieties that he and fellow scientists are developing. We're continuing our conversation now at Lahoma with Dr. Brett Carver, OSU's wheat breeder. And Brett, we've done lots of interviews out here over the years in this very field, and where we're standing right now is really a first for you and the team.
It sure is, and it's a monumental moment. I remember back in 2020, I was telling growers at the annual wheat growers meeting that just give us about 4 or 5 years and let's talk about what we have in CoAXium and CoAXium genetics. Here we are.
Here we are.
We have something to talk about.
So there's really 4 you want to kind of narrow it down to today. Just kind of set the stage for CoAXium, knowing that this process is moving pretty quickly in the world of science. Set the stage for us, and what do you like about these 4 in particular?
Well, the stage is, we knew we needed to use an accelerated breeding process to be talking about advanced lines in 4 to 5 years. And we did. We used double haploidization to get the inbreds done quickly. We've tested a little bit more stringently each year to get the data we needed in fewer years. And so now we have that. The one thing I've watched a lot this year and taken notes on almost weekly was how these lines responded to an application of the herbicide, that being aggressor. That was very informative to me. I mean, it was my first time that I could really see these in action after they've been treated. Now remember, we in a research team have to use an unsafe version of the commercial product of the aggressor. So it's not safe. And we use a 2x, a double the commercial rate treatment. Plus we use an adjuvant that really makes that treatment hot. So we use the worst case scenario. So when I talk about, this line doesn't seem to have as much herbicide tolerance as another, it's under the most stringent conditions of applying that herbicide, even under drought stress like we had this year.
Explain to us why you have to take it to that extreme.
Yeah, because we don't want a mistake out in the field. We want farmers to be able to confidently apply their version of the herbicide and be confident that wheat variety is going to take it just fine.
In this family, what qualities are you looking at with some of these different varieties? What do you really have your eye on?
Yeah, well, beyond herbicide tolerance, we're looking at the same qualities we would look at for the non-conventional or the conventional varieties without the trait. And so the one behind me, the 031X, I think just really stands out for grazing tolerance. We've had some good looks at that under real conditions and simulated conditions. And the parentage of it also tells me that should not be so surprising. This is a duster grandparent derivative. Plus, the other side of the parents involves the herbicide trait donor. In this case, it was a variety from Colorado State University that just happened to carry what I think might be the better pair of tolerance genes, herbicide tolerance genes, that allow a pretty stringent high rate of the herbicide. So I'm pretty excited about 3.1. It stands apart in that respect. But the other 3 I'm excited about too. What
about those do you like?
Well, okay, so we have, they're very similar. They're very similar in their maturity. They're early maturing. In fact, the 055, Dr. Silva's actually looked at this one, and she is right now looking at its fitness in a short season scenario. In other words, let's plant this late, give the farmer a chance to maybe mechanically clearing up the weeds, remove the weeds by tillage, and then hopefully we have a variety that will mature at the same time as anything else planted at the normal time. That's what short season is all about, and the 055 seems to fit that. We need more data from her to nail that down. The other 2, well, I must say the 076, it is in the variety trials this year. We could not put all of these in. So I chose the one I thought might be the one at the end. Well, I'm not sure now. But the 076, still, it has our highest grain yield potential of these, I think. And then the 082 has our best combination of disease traits. So best leaf rust, best stripe rust resistance, better quality. So all these things are going to have to be flushed out, and I think we can do it this summer.
What are some of the next steps and kind of the timeline with these test varieties?
Well, first, we have to handle all the legalities of working with this germplasm. So there's a commercialization agreement that we need to sign and get that approved. And so that's being worked on right now. During that time, we can also ramp up seed production. Jeff Wright with Oklahoma Foundation Seed Stocks is doing that. Jeff has actually increased these and others before this year. So we have an ongoing flush of foundation seed coming along that gives us more seed than what we would have had by just 1 year of production. I'm really glad about that. And it also gave him a chance to apply the herbicide, the commercial version of the herbicide, and just to double check how these experimental lines responded. They responded quite well in that case.
Gets more information in as you try to narrow down your decision.
Yeah, in this accelerated process, we need as much information as we can get.
Sure. Well, once again, thanks for giving us all of this information. It's an exciting time as usual for the wheat breeding team, and please keep us posted.
I will.
Okay, thanks a lot, Brett. We're winding down here at Lahoma with Brett, but we want to encourage you to check out wheat information anytime at wheat.okstate.edu. Lots of great information there. And of course, we have a link for you on the SUNUP website.